Ohio farmers have been hit hard again. Hey, everybody, this is Chris Volpe running for J.D. Vance's Senate seat in Ohio. I am here in my friend's basement, in his fish adorned basement, and I just want to talk about this article. This was in the Ohio Capital Journal. Ohio farmers see a 1 year 74% loss in Chinese sales due largely to Trump tariffs. The report shows farmers lost 76 million in their exports to China this year compared to 1 year earlier. This is just yet another one of the constant articles we're seeing, whether it's in farming, manufacturing, bourbon is a big one. There was a big article today about, I think, Jim Beam reducing their production because of production, or not production, sorry, because of inventory, and which is very strange because it is the holidays, and that's normally a very big bourbon selling period. But of course, a lot of the countries, because of the tariffs, and particularly Canada, because of the nonsense talk about taking it over, annexing Canada, they're not buying our bourbon, among other things. So in Ohio here, though, is really important. Ohio is a very big farming state, and the fact that we are losing $76 billion in production for revenue for this year is terrible. And that comes hot on the heels of another article where China has seen one of the best years, if not the best year that China has ever had for its exports to other countries. So while the United States is losing friends and making it difficult for our stuff to be shipped across the country, China has been going around the world making partnerships and selling their products and importing other products into the country to make up for what it's not buying from the United States. So this is a continual cascade of nonsense and shenanigans that is going to be hurting the American consumer, and it's obviously hurting American manufacturers of a whole source of various products. And in this case, it's very much hurting Ohio farmers. So I just think this is a shame that we have to keep doing this again. I mean, it's like a broken record. We keep going over this again and again and again, but all of this stuff is self-inflicted, right? We're doing these insane tariffs so that we can bully other countries into coming around, because that's all Trump knows how to do. He does not know how to negotiate. Everything is transactional for him, and he just constantly wants to bully people into getting the deal that he wants. That's his art of the deal. Obviously, his book, but a book that was written by somebody else. And so, of note here, meanwhile, China, the country's third largest trading partner, stopped purchases of American soybeans in May. You might have remembered that. And of course, they supposedly started resuming the purchasing, but that was, I mean, a little too late. By then, a lot of other countries had already gotten their soybeans into the market. And so the stoppage was in retaliation to Trump's tariffs, but it's getting crazy here. Like this is probably all of these tariffs, but particularly in Ohio, is going to do lasting harm. I mean, it's going to take decades, if not generations, to rebuild the trust with our partners, if it's even possible in some of these cases. America used to be viewed as the place that had a stable economy, that business could be conducted fairly and easily. And now it's just a complete mess. And I think it's a friggin' shame. And one of the things that I'm running for is to make sure that Americans get a fair deal and a fair seat at the table, but are also building long lasting relationships that are going to help us in the long run. Because the reality is we cannot do this alone. We can't do everything by ourselves. We're not going to be able to onshore 50 years worth of manufacturing, because it's all the supply lines, all of um, my brain just stopped. Sorry, listening to my friend upstairs. But the all of the core materials that are needed to manufacture a lot of the stuff, like it's not just about building a manufacturing plant here, for example, to make the product. It's also about all the necessary supply lines to get the raw materials here. And we just don't have that anymore. Now, of course, I think we can do a lot to bring some of that back and to create a more sustainable manufacturing ecosystem. Absolutely. But this isn't the way to do it. And in the short term, there's just going to be so many people that are getting hurt by this. And unfortunately, right now, Ohio farmers are taking it in the chin, and I just think I think it's a damn shame, and I think it's unnecessary. And so, if you happen to be a farmer, Ohio or otherwise, please let me down in the comments, or let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are and how I might be able to help. I'm happy to reach out, do a phone call, or even visit anywhere in Ohio. So if you're a farmer, if you're a manufacturer, whatever it is, but just saw this article. I wanted to talk about it real fast. It's really a shame. So, any other comments are welcome. Really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.